Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this particular video we are going to learn and we are going to understand about the Databricks in a one video, and this will be a complete tutorial from end to end. Here actually we are going to understand based on the practical example, and we will also try to do a practical and project part. Okay, so if you are new in this particular channel, please do like and support so that more videos like this I will try to post it. Okay, so agenda of this video is like, first we are going to learn about the Databricks. We will try to understand what is Databricks. We will try to understand about the advantage. We will try to understand about the architecture. We will try to understand about the use cases, and then we will go for the Databricks project. Okay, so based on the certain project, based on the loan analysis project, we will try to develop certain KPIs, and our final looks will be like this. Okay, so like how actually the KPI looks like, how actually in a visualization form we can show it. Okay, so that actually everything we are going to learn in this particular video. Okay, so first let us try to understand what is Databricks. So Databricks is nothing but it is a single cloud based platform that can handle all your data needs. Okay, it is a single platform on which your entire data team can collaborate. For taking example, suppose you are working in an organization where you have a data analyst team, whether you have a data engineer team and the data scientist team. Okay, so Databricks actually provide the common platform where your entire data team can come together and they can work it. Okay, for taking example, you are working as a data analyst. So for the data analyst, the main work is like they actually try to get the data, and they have to use the Spark SQL, right? They have to use a SQL, and also they want to integrate with the visualization tool like the Tableau and Power BI. So in a Databricks, all the kind of the flexibility we get. Now suppose you are working as a data engineering team. So as a data engineer, our main work is to migrate our data. We have to write different kind of ETL workflow. We have to schedule, we have to analyze, we have to clean, process data, and we have to dump into the data warehousing. So all the kind of the things, right? Everything and each and every flexibility we get in a Databricks environment itself. Now coming to the data scientist, as a data scientist, suppose you are working in a ML flow, suppose you are working to build certain model like the predictive modeling, everything kind of the flexibility we get in a Databricks environment itself. Okay, and Databricks is available on top of our existing cloud platform, so it also support the Amazon, AWS, Azure, GCP. So that is the advantage. So if you have a data that is available in Amazon S3, blob storage, everything, so you can integrate easily. Okay, now it is a one-stop product for all our data needs. We understand like for the analyzing the data, if you want to derive an insight using a Spark SQL, if you want to build a predictive model, that actually we already discussed, and also it provide active connection for the visualization tool such as a Power BI, Tableau and ClickView. Okay, now coming to the advantage of the database, it supports all kind of the framework like the scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Matplotlib, Pandas, NumPy, right? And the scripting language Python, Scala or SQL tools, and IDE like Jupyter notebooks. Okay, so that is the advantage. All the kind of the framework actually, suppose you are working in any ML models, so where you have to use a scikit-learn libraries, and also that actually usually you can install and you can use in a Databricks itself. Okay, and Databricks deliver, it is a unified data analytics platform for the data engineer, data scientist and data analyst. So that actually already we have discussed that. Okay, it is a flexibility across the different ecosystem, AWS, GCP, Azure, data reliability and scalability through a data lake. That is the main advantage of the Databricks, and the basic built-in the visualization actually it provides. So generally what actually happens, suppose you are writing suppose certain query. Okay, so based on the query itself actually you can develop certain visualization in a Databricks environment itself. Okay, it also support the auto ML and model lifecycle management, and it is 10x faster than the ETLs. Okay, so that are the advantage of the Databricks. Now coming to the Databricks architecture, let us try to understand that. Okay, so suppose you are working in one retail shop. Okay, one retail organization, suppose this is your product data, suppose, and also you have a campaign data, and you also have a payment data, and you also have a certain other data in a DP. So this is your payment data, this is your order data, this is your product related data, and this is your sales related and the customer related data. customer or account related data. Okay, now generally what happen in an organization, right? So our first step is like to get the data in a common space. Our first step is to like to get the data into a common space, right? So to get the data in a common space, that is a process actually we call it as a ingestion also, to extract the data in a different in a one space. Okay, so once we get in the common space, right, after that what actually we do, we actually try to perform certain transformation, we actually try to analyze the data, and we actually try to the process data, right? So this kind of the activity actually we try to do after that. Okay, and what is the logic and why actually we try to do, so that we can build certain meaningful insight out of it. Okay, so this all the process actually we do in a Databricks itself. This all the process we do in a Databricks itself. Okay, to transfer, analyze, process the data, right? And after once we have a data, actually we can further go for the auto ML, for the ML flow, or you can go for the data warehousing dumping, or you can go for the connecting to the visualization tools and all. Okay, so once you transfer, analyze, process your data, either you want to build a ML flow or building a model, you can go for that, or you suppose you want to store into a data warehousing where actually you want to store into cleaning data, that also we can do in a Databricks. And suppose you are you want to connect with the visualization tool. Okay, so that also where actually it will get refreshed in every hour or every 24 hour. So that kind of the certain business KPI actually you can provide it to the your business stakeholders, and they can take a decision out of it. Okay, so that is how actually the entire process work. Okay, first we actually try to get the data, we actually try to transform, analyze, process the data in a Databricks, and then we can go further for the ML flow, data warehousing dumping, and we can go for the visualization. Okay, so that is how actually the Databricks work. I hope you got idea. Now let us try to understand more about it. Okay, in a Databricks, and Databricks what kind of the thing and activity which you can do the data analysis. Okay, so suppose you are working as a data analyst. Okay, suppose you are working in a data working as a data analyst. Okay, now what kind of the work you are doing, so you have a data, you have a huge amount of the data, huge amount of the data you have. Okay, now this huge amount of data you have to do the cleaning, right? You have to do a transforming in a proper structure format and a proper shape, cleaning data from transform data, and you have to suppose process your data. Okay, now what is your requirement, you have developed certain KPI, right? Suppose you are working in a retail, suppose so you want to know how many active customers are there, how many are doing how many customer who has done the customer done purchase, right? How many customer viewing products. Okay, so different kind of the KPI can come. Okay, so this kind of the KPI actually you have developed. Okay, now what actually happening in each and every day, each day you are dumping this data, dumping data in SQL DB. Okay, or in a data warehousing or any kind of the table you can say, or you are dumping into a table we can say. Okay, now this data, now this table actually you are connecting to the now this data you are connecting to the Tableau. Okay, so the refresh is whenever the refresh is happening, right, in this particular table, the Tableau extract refresh also happening, and the visualization will be also updating, so that your stakeholders can see how actually the trends and all, and the visualization is going on. Okay, so that is the work the data analyst you are as a data analyst you are doing. Now in a Databricks itself, you can do a cleaning, you can do a transform, you can do a processing, you can develop certain KPI, you can create one table, you can dump that data, and suppose you want to dump this data every day, right? So for dumping data every day, you can create one notebook. This notebook actually we can schedule on each you can schedule this notebook each day. or weekly you can schedule, or the monthly also it can schedule, so that the data will be available in this table, and based on that actually Tableau extract and repress also you can do, so that it can be impacted to the Tableau also, so that it can be reflected to the Tableau also, so that your stakeholder and business also can take a decision. So this entire process and flexibility actually the Databricks provides, so that all the data analysis and all the kind of the data activity can be done easily. Okay, so that is the work of the data analyst. Now let us start understand more about from the data engineering perspective. Okay, so suppose you are working as a data engineer, right? Suppose you are working as a data engineer. As a data engineer, main activity is like to do migrate our data, migration of data, or to create certain ETL activity to get the data in a common space, to process data. So this kind of the activity generally the data engineers does, right? So uh, suppose what generally happen when you will use a traditional system, right, where because we are handling the huge amount of data. So in a traditional system, generally actually it will be fail, because the amount of data which is increasing day by day, so that actually will take a huge amount of the time itself. Okay, but in a Databricks it provide the faster ETLs. Okay, so suppose you have to create a one ETL activity where actually you want to connect with the JDBC connection, and you want to get data from a SQL server to the cloud space. So that is kind of the migration activity you are doing, right? So this all the kind of activity you can do in a Databricks environment itself, where actually you can select multiple nodes driver, where through which actually you can faster your ETL activity, and you can process that data easily, so that it will be available easily and quickly, and so that we can take some decision out of it. Okay, so entire your operation will be faster with the help of that. Okay, so all the kind of the data engineering related activity, processing, cleaning, migration activity, ETL processing activity, everything we can achieve in a Databricks environment itself, where actually you can write code on a Spark SQL, Scala code also you can write, or you can write a R language code also. Okay, so all the kind of the thing actually you can do, you can use any kind of the script, and you can perform any kind of the activity, migration activity, all the kind of the data engineering activity in a Databricks environment itself, and it is faster also. Okay, now coming to the, suppose you are working as a data science, right, data science. So for there actually suppose you want to use certain Python libraries, scikit-learn library, where actually you want to develop a predictive modeling and all. So in a Databricks environment itself you can do everything, and you can develop your ML flow also. Okay, so that kind of the advantage we get in a Databricks environment. Okay, I hope you got idea. Now what actually we'll do, we will actually try to go to the Databricks community edition. Okay, so we have a Databricks community edition, let me show you. Okay, so this is the Databricks community edition. This is free. Here actually we can do all our practice. Okay, and this is completely free. Okay, how actually we can register for that? We have to search for the Databricks community in a Google. Okay, get started with Databricks, just click that. Okay, after that create your Databricks account, right? Here actually you have to give your the Databricks account. Suppose I am giving randomly. Okay, okay, once you will fill over all your details, right, click on the continue. Okay, after that you will get to see this particular screen. Okay, it also support the multiple cloud like the Amazon Web Service, Azure, Google platform. But how actually we can create a community edition? You can see, right, don't have a cloud account, get started with the community edition. Click on the community edition. Okay, after that it will ask for the verification. Once you will solve that, you have to verify your email address, and after that we just have to log in it. Okay, let's solve this. Okay, now this email is not valid, right? That's why it's giving error. But for in your case, once that step is done, you will get one screen where it will be asked for the email verification. Once the email verification is done, now after that what you have to do, you have to go to the community.cloud.databricks.com, and here once you will log in with your email and password, this you will get to see this particular screen. Okay. Okay, now in a left side, right, in a left side we have a certain option. So what we have to do for doing a practical, first we have to go to the compute. Okay, in a compute, first we have to create a cluster. So this is the create compute option. Here we have to create a cluster. First you have to give a cluster name. So I can give Databricks project something. Okay, this is the project, any name you can give. Okay, after that is asking for the Databricks runtime, so I will go with the by default, and actually it provide the free 15 GB memory as a community edition, and your cluster will be automatically terminate after an idle period of 1 or 2 hours. Okay, so 1 and 2 hour actually we can use that, and once this will be terminated, again you can come and you can create a cluster. Now in the right side you can see, right, the worker and the one driver node is available. So we get actually one driver node here. Okay, but if you have a paid version, you can increase this and you can increase your computation power. Okay, now after once you will select, click on the create cluster. So that is the first step. Once the cluster will get created, right, then only you will be able to use your notebook. Okay, so this is how actually we create a cluster. Okay, now after that what we have to do, now let's see how actually we can create a notebook. So click on the create, go to the notebook. Okay, once you will create and click on, once you will click on the create and the notebook, right, you will get to see this particular screen. So from here first you have to rename your notebook. So what we are going to do, we are going to do one Databricks project, right? So that is the notebook name I am giving. Now in a right side you can see we have a certain option, either you can select the Python, SQL, Scala or R. You can select any of that. Okay. Okay, so as of now I am going with the Python only. Okay, or we can do a SQL also. Okay, so that is how actually we can create a notebook. Okay, now in a right side you can see the starting, right? So our cluster is still running. Okay, once it will complete, we will select that, then only we will be able to execute here. Okay, now let us see how actually we can do our project. Okay, let us try to understand that. So we are going to do one project. So this is our one loan data set we have. This is the, we have a certain customer who are actually taking a loan, and based on that actually we are going to do analysis in a Databricks environment. Okay, so we have a certain KPI actually we are going to do, and we are going to analyze, like we want to analyze like how many gender category, distribution of the taking loan, top occupation who are actually taking loan, top loan category on which taking a loan, which marital status category people taking loan. So how our actual data looks like, let me show you. So this is our the data. Okay, this is our data. In this data actually we have to do certain analysis and we have to develop certain KPI. Okay, so what actually we will do, now what we will do, we'll go to the data option, we'll try to create one table. Okay, click on the create table. Now we have a different option here like upload file, S3 or other data source. So we'll click here and we'll try to upload our file. So this is the file which we are trying to upload. Okay, click on the OK. Now this file got uploaded into the dvfs location. If you already have a file in S3, so that directly you can mount also, or other data source also you can select. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a table with a UI. You can create table with notebook also, but we are going to do in a UI itself. So I will click on the create table with UI, select the cluster, click on the preview table. Okay, now after that we have to give the our table name. So what is my table name? My table name is a loan analysis. So this is the table name I will select. This is a CSV file I have selected. As of now the first row it is not considering as a header, so I'll select the first row as header. Infer schema if I select, so age it will automatically detect as a integer, right? So I'll select that. Okay, now we have a Now after that we'll click on the create table, so our table will get created. Okay, you can see our table which got created, and this is the schema. Now what we will do, we will go to the our notebook. Okay, here first we will try to see what are the tables we have. So show tables if I will do, and if I will execute, you can see this is the table which we have created. Now let us try to run the query. So let's start from loan analysis. Let us try to see this particular table. Okay, so this is the table which we have. Now if I want to see the schema, describe loan analysis, if I will do, I will get to see all the schema of this particular table also. Okay, what are the types and all. Now this is the table which we have. Now let us try to do a analysis, okay, based on our the requirement and the project. Okay, now I will go to the first, what is our first requirement. Let us try to see gender category distribution of taking loan. Gender wise distribution of loan taking. Okay, okay, so we have a one gender category, right? We have a loan amount also, and we also have a gender category. So let us see. So what actually we will do, we will do select gender wise distribution. So I will select gender, and I will do the sum of the loan. Okay, from the loan analysis table, what is our table name, so that I will select. Okay, and I will try to group based on the gender, group by gender. Now if I will try to execute, right, loan analysis. Okay, so this is our table. Now it is executing. Now you can see based on the gender wise distribution, we can see male is the sum of loan is this, and the female is like this. Now this actually it is showing in a tabular format, right? But also if you want to see in other and if you want to visualize it, so click on the visualization. Okay, here actually you can visualize. Okay, so gender we have selected, and the sum of loan we have selected, right? Now if you also will select the average, so the average wise actually you will get to see. Okay, but as of now we will select on the sum. Okay, and the group by gender we will do. Okay, and this is how, so you can see this bar chart actually getting created. Okay, now if you want to select any other chart, the line chart, you can see, right? Now but we will select only the bar chart as of now. Bar chart. Okay, and sum of loan we have done, and the gender we have selected, right? And after that in a data label, if you want to see the data label, that also you can click on the data labels, right? So that is how actually you can create a, bar chart or visualization. Okay, okay. Now as of now I am not doing, so what I will do, I'll click on the visualization. Okay, so this is how the sum of loan, and we are doing a grouping based on the gender. Okay, so this is the one we are getting, and we'll click on the show label, so the number also it will save, so I will click on the save. Okay, now we have a visualization view. So female sum of loan is this, and the male sum of loan is this. So that is how the visualization also we can create. Okay, now what we will do, now let us move on to the next. So top occupation of the taking loan. Okay, top occupation of the taking loan, of taking loan. So this is what actually we want to do. So we have a certain occupation, right? So let us see what are the different occupation we have. First select distinct occupation from table, right? Let me execute. So we have 39 distinct occupation, right? Now based on the taking loan, what is their distribution we'll see. Okay. And we will only select the top 10 only. So select, okay, select occupation and the sum of their loan amount, right, from the loan analysis table, right. And we will try to group based on the group by occupation, and we will also do order by 2 and the descending order. So when I am writing order by 2 means that is nothing but a based on their loan amount. Okay, and I will do limit 10. Okay, now if I will try to execute, this will show me the only the top 10. Okay, based on the descending how actually their occupation, based on the occupation who are taking loan, and the top 10 category we are seeing. Now let us see how actually in a visualization we can show this. So in a click on the visualization, so this is how actually it is coming. We'll do group by occupation. So in a different chart actually will show the data label. We will select this. Okay, and so yeah, you can see. Now click on the save. Now we have a two view. One is this visualization view, and in a tabular view also we can see the data. This is the top 10. Okay, now if you will hover also, you can see account manager counts and the other counts also. Okay, so that is how actually we can do a visualization. Okay, now let us move on to the next. Third one is the top loan category on which loan taken. Okay, so this is a loan category. So we also have some loan category also, right? So let us see what are the different loan category we have. Loan category distribution. So in a loan category, if you will see, select distinct loan category from loan analysis. Okay, you will get error when you will execute this query. Okay, what is the reason? Or we are getting, okay, we are getting that, then it is fine. So we have a loan category, right? Okay, loan category. Okay, so when we are writing loan category, right, this is our column name, but it is not but this is in this format and this not taking properly. Sometimes you will get error also because we have a space in a column name itself. To run it properly, what we have to do, in a single quote we have to mention it. Okay, now if you will try to execute, you will get the proper loan category. Okay, so these are the loan category we have. What we will do, based on the loan category distribution, we will try to show it. So what we will do, select loan uh, loan category, okay, and comma sum of loan from a loan analysis table. This is okay, and we will do group by one means group by one. If I will write, so it is based on the loan category, and order by 2 descending if I will write, so that is based on the loan, sum of loan. If I will try to execute, I will try to see based on the all the category, based on the loan category distribution. We can see gold loan is the top category where the most of the people are buying. Okay, after that housing we have, automobile we have, customer software we have. For that actually people are taking loan. Okay, now only 5 we want to see. Limit 5 if I will do top 5 category, right? So we can see this is our top 5 category. Now we'll try to do in a visualization to show it. Now we'll try to select the pie chart. Let us see how actually it will look, and this is how actually we can show it. Right, now click on the save. So you can see this is the top 5 category where actually the distribution. Okay, if you want to see in a tabular, that also you can see, but in a visualization we can show it to our stakeholders. Now let us try to see which marital status category people taking loan. uh, Marital status taking loan. Okay. Okay, so we have one marital status column, right? So what we will do, select distinct marital status from a loan analysis. Okay, first let us see. So the name is marital status. So we have only two category, and their loan wise distribution, how actually it is there. Marital status, sum of loan, group by one. Okay, if I will do, and if I will try to execute, and this is how actually married people are taking more loan. From here actually we are getting to know. Now if I will try in a visualization, I will select the line chart, or we will select any other chart, area chart. Okay, select the tables and click on the save. Okay, now you can see the married people. This is the amount they are actually taking, and the status of the single. Okay, so that is how actually in a different visualization form we can show it to our stakeholders and they can take a decision. Okay, so these are the KPI. Now how actually we give it to the stakeholders. So we actually try to parameterize each and everything. Okay, so that the when what actually will do, we will try to send this notebook to the our stakeholders. They will try to run this query, and automatically all the query will run, and automatically this data will get refreshed based on the weekly or the monthly time period. Okay, and so that is how actually they can take a decision out of it, how actually the things are going on. Okay, yeah, so that's it in this video. I hope you got idea about everything. Thank you.